just to get some people in. I just want to make sure that I can get my mic and everything sorted for everyone. But I hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. For those who are wondering if Wandile is real, yes, guys, I am real. And I'm the one who personally sends all the emails. And no systems, no robot. That's all me, guys. I just do it purely because I do believe in this. I also believe that the real estate industry is the only industry that is still living in the 80s. You know, there's technology now. So I suppose at this stage, I have to be really loud to get your attention. But hope everyone is well, man. Hope everyone is good. And yeah, we'll begin in the next 4 minutes at exactly 11:05. If you guys don't have yourself a pen and a pad, get access, very important. I'll be dropping some bombs as I usually do. For those who don't know, I record these sessions and I put them on my YouTube channel. The replay will be up tomorrow for those who want to check it out. And then, yeah, man, I do these every Thursday. I think for me, it's just a case of, yeah, man, I really just want a lot of you guys to stop struggling, because I speak to a lot of you guys on a day-to-day basis. And I notice a lot of you guys are struggling. A lot of you guys are trying to do the traditional, usual way of doing things. And it's not to say they don't work, but it's not for everyone. So I want to show you guys a different way, show you guys what could be. Thanks, Enzo. Appreciate, man. But I just want to show you guys something different. You're not forced to use the strategy, by the way, guys, but it's just showing you another possibility. So for those who don't, before we get started in the next 3 minutes, actually, we're going to start live in 3 minutes. Just want to make sure everyone is nice and comfy. And let's see, my mic is working here. I'll just quickly switch this here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Should be sorted. Yeah, so for those who don't know me, we'll start in the next 2 minutes, guys. Just want to get everyone in the room. Guys, I've been doing this now for about 9 years, actually. I actually think about it. It's been quite a journey. And my core focus ultimately is just to help you guys think differently, see things differently. In the beginning, all I did was I was focusing on lead generation for just traditional businesses. And my neighbor, who I had a massive crush on at that time, she was the young black principal, which was focusing on Pretoria. And I just couldn't understand how this lady just couldn't have time to go on a date with me. I've been asking her out for so long, and she was always busy. Now, obviously, I didn't know much about real estate agents' life, so I just couldn't get it. And every time I would talk to her, she'd always tell me about how broke she is. So for me, I was like, but you're always busy. It didn't make sense. Like, you're always busy, but you don't have money. How that process, and how she makes money and the process and how long deals take to register. And I was like, okay, so what do you need now? And she said, I need stock. I was like, what is stock? And she explained what a mandate was to me. And I was like, look, I've got this system that helps clients get business online. If I can help you get these mandates that you're looking for, will you finally go on that date? And she said, yes. So we shook hands. And then 3 weeks later, to my surprise, she was killing it. And unfortunately, the bad news is that we didn't end up going on that date. But the good news, that's the reason why I'm still here today, I realized that, man, how many other agents are also struggling with this? And that's how the journey started. For those who don't know, that's how my journey started, guys. About 9 years ago, that's when I discovered that there's a whole industry that's still living in the 80s. And a lot of people are still living in the 80s. But, at least now warming up to AI and technology. So welcome, guys. I see now it's about 11:05. So we're going to get started. And as I mentioned, for those who've just joined, guys, you don't have to use these strategies. I'm not going to force you guys to use it. If you do want to use it, hey, we can have a chat on WhatsApp. If not, at least you're going to get some value that you can take away from today. If you have any questions, pop them into the chat. At the same time, just for sake of time, I don't know where everyone is at in terms of, if you guys are using AI to get you guys leads, or if you've tried it in the past and if it didn't work. So it also does help me get an understanding of where you guys are at right now at the moment. So if you have any questions, let's say maybe a bit advanced, pop it into the chat, and then I'm happy to provide you something a little bit more detailed can help you with your question. I've probably experienced every single possible challenge and issue doing this online, so I can definitely help you. Anyways, guys, enough with all the chit chat. Let me get started. So give me a second, guys. Let me quickly share my screen and then we'll get started. So how are we going to structure this call or this session? These sessions really, guys, by the way, I do them every Thursday and there's no structure. And what I mean by that is sometimes I might just answer questions. Sometimes I might just go through presentations. It's really just a way for you guys to stay up to speed when it comes to what's working right now from an online side to get buyers and sellers. That's what I do for my clients. And I'm happy to walk you guys through exact ads, exact processes, because I really have nothing to lose at the end of the day. I love giving. Anyways, so how I've decided to structure today's call is I will, one, share this framework. Let me just see if it's sharing. Okay, perfect. I'm going to share this framework. And then as I go through the steps, so you see we've got step one, I'm then going to cover the actual example over here so that at least you guys can understand what it looks like from a theoretical perspective to help it make sense so that conceptually you get it. And then I'll show you step by step what that actually looks like. Okay. And if you guys want me to actually go to a live account, I'm happy to do that, by the way, guys. But I will only know unless you guys comment. You guys don't say anything, I'm assuming you guys don't want to see. That's what I was just always assuming. Okay, cool. So let me just quickly triple check if I need to get some people in. Is there no way for me to share my entire screen? Okay, give me 2 seconds, guys. I want to share my entire screen so that I don't have to constantly go back and forth. I think this will make more sense. Okay, before I begin, I also don't want to assume that you guys can hear me. Anyone, if you can hear me, you can maybe just react. You can add an emoji. You can comment. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Aha, thank you. Hey, Mr. Prosper or Miss Prospers, thank you. Thank you, Notando. Okay, appreciate it, guys. So let's get started. Norma, if you have any questions, please pop it into the chat just so that at least, you know, I'm cognizant of time. I promise that these sessions are about an hour. And for those who know, sometimes I can go on a little bit longer. So I want to make sure that we're on time. So if you have any questions, please feel free to pop it into the chat. Cool. So let me walk you guys through a 2026 growth framework. So when I say growth framework is, I want to walk you guys through a simple way to get you more sellers and buyers without chasing. Chasing is a thing of the past. Now we bring people towards us, but how do we do that? So this is the big problem that I'm seeing, all right? A lot of you guys are working very, very, very hard, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this, okay? Some months you do well, some months aren't so great. So some months you're very busy, and then the other months the phone is quiet, and then when the phone is quiet, you start to feel stressed. So what do? You start to cold call. You send flyers. You send a few WhatsApps. You start checking what's going on, right? You're doing anything to get anything, right? Now, here's what I do want to mention, guys, is that it doesn't mean you're bad at real estate. I've spoken to so many, there's nothing wrong with you guys. I can tell you that. It also doesn't mean that the market is slow. Anyone who tells you the market is slow, it's the economy, it's interest rates, it's BS, guys. And I'm saying this after working with over 2,000 agents and doing this for them. There's no such thing as that. It also doesn't mean that nothing is working. Okay, 9 times out of 10, it's probably because you don't have a system. It's really that. A proven system that's going to help you to get sellers and buyers. So because you don't have that proven system, of course, you're going to be constantly experiencing ups and downs. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can resonate when I say that that is not nice to feel that stress, where it's like, crap, debt is piling up. Crap, I need to pay for this. I need the monthly day-to-days or the bills that I need to pay, which is the petrol, the school fees, right? The things that you need to do to keep you up and running. If that runs dry, then of course you start to stress out. And that is not normal. I can tell you that right now. So you might be like, okay, cool. So what is the best way to go around this? So the best way I could really explain this, guys, is in 2026, guys, the agent who's going to win is not going to be the one who works the hardest, okay? That's the thing of the past. That's something that worked back then. Okay, it's gonna be the agent who has a machine working for them, because that's why technology exists. Okay, so the best way I could really explain it is that a good machine for a real estate agent does 3 very simple jobs. Okay, number 1, it finds people. Number 2, it talks to them very quickly, and number 3, it remembers to follow up. Your job, guys, in 2026 moving forward is not to do everything. The same way you can go on your phone now, you can go on Checkers 60 and you can get food, right? You can order groceries and it comes to your doorstep. Did you do anything? No, you just lifted up your finger, you click the button and they came. That is what you can do as well in real estate to get leads. Okay, so that your own job is to talk to the right warm people or hot leads, book appointments and close deals. That is it. That is the beauty, guys, about technology these days. But I understand the industry is still dominated by people who are still used to the traditional practices. I get it. And of course, new things is very uncomfortable for them. So that's why they were always like, no, don't do that. Stick to cold calling. No, don't do that. Stick to this. Because they're afraid as well. They're not used to it. They don't understand it. The same way, you know, when you learn something new, of course you're going to feel apprehensive or defensive because you don't understand. But I'm here to tell you guys that it's working, and I'll walk you through everything step by step. So guys, the machine and the whole purpose of it is that it's going to carry all the blood, sweat, and tears. That's what it does, not you. That is the power behind all this, guys. It's meant to do all the heavy lifting, not you. So what's the best way to do this? I'm going to walk you through 3 easy steps to get this done. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me just quickly accept someone. I think there's someone who's here. Give me a second. Okay, awesome. Great. But before I move forward, is this making sense, guys? You can put any emoji just to let me know if it's making sense so far. I hope I'm not losing anyone. Everyone is all on the same page. Senzo, I saw you. Okay. Awesome. Great. Hey, thank you guys. You guys are amazing today. Thank you, Noma. And Adelaide, big shout out to you guys. All right, cool. So what do we then need to do? So of course, I keep speaking about a machine. So you might be like, okay, Wandile, what is this machine? How does it work? So let me cover everything. So guys, the first step initially is that you need a machine that's going to find people for you, because that is the big issue I see with many agents, is that how can you find people that are interested or happy to have a conversation about buying or selling? Because think about it, if you already knew who was interested in selling their house or who was interested in buying a property and they were qualified or they were ready, then that would make your life a lot easier, right? You wouldn't have to call all these people, go through 100 no's just to get one yes. You go directly to that one person, right? And that saves you so much time. So in the traditional side, that is impossible because you're the one who has to go through everything yourself. But the nice thing with machines and the nice thing with AI already knows who are those people. And I'm going to walk you through everything now in a second. So step 1 is that you need to have a machine that finds people. It's like a worker who never sleeps, all right? So as I mentioned, most agents today still rely on cold calling, waiting for referrals. And I see some of you guys are posting on social media, but you're not getting comments. You're not getting any replies. Or if you are getting replies, people are asking for a job. Like, what's working? I understand. It's tiring. So let me explain this in a sense for you that will make more sense, right? Guys, that way it's not stable. Let me just zoom in because I know some people are a little bit blind, right? Guys, that's not stable. Doing this over here is not stable at all. So I want you to think about this in a very easy way about understanding meta ads. When I say meta, I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp too. I'm going to introduce that very soon. So guys, meta ads are like, let me say, when I say meta, guys, remember Facebook, Instagram, right? So Facebook and Instagram ads are like a sign outside your office, right? Just imagine a sign outside the office. You know, when you go to like a mall, maybe in a neighborhood, you see like a Remax or a Keller Williams, for example, and you see all the good branding. People see that. And when people walk past, if they're interested, what will happen? They'll walk inside the office, right? The same way when you see a store, they say, for example, you see Checkers and you're like, oh yeah, I don't have milk. What do? You walk inside because you can see the branding, Checkers, and you recognize it and you walk inside. Now, if they're not interested, they'll keep walking. If I don't need anything at Checkers and I see Checkers and I don't need anything, I'm just going to keep walking past. If I see a Remax office and I'm not interested in selling my house, I'm not interested in buying a house, why would I walk inside the office? I wouldn't. I'd just keep driving or I'd just keep walking. All right. So here's the thing, guys. Is that office chasing people who are walking past? No, they're not. They're positioning themselves to be there so that when people are interested, they walk towards them, right? Or they walk inside the store. So that's the beauty around anyone who walks inside the office is that, okay, this is someone who has some level of interest. They won't just walk in randomly. So even if they're just looking, even if they're curious, even if they're warm, even if they're hot, the fact that they walked in means that there's some interaction that will happen. All right. So here's a simple example. So imagine if you hire someone who works 24 hours a day, never gets tired, never takes leave, never forgets. That is the beauty around meta ads, right? So even while you're interviewing or you're at home or you're sleeping, people are still going to find you 24 hours a day. Why? Because Meta is going to do all the hard work. Meta is going to find all those people who are either looking at selling a house, curious to know in terms of what the value of their home is, or if they're ready to sell. Okay, that is the core focus about Meta ads, is that it wants to keep getting people coming to who? To you, not to your principal, not to the agency, to you. And I'll walk you guys through in terms of what that looks like in a second. So to really help you guys understand this point before I cover the steps, is that the beauty around Meta ads is that it will then go and find people in your area, right? You can put in as many areas as you want. And then it's going to find people who are either interested in buying or selling a house that will come directly to you. That is the best way I can explain it, all right? So let me walk you guys through in terms of what that actually looks like. So let's move in here. Let's go to step one over here. Okay, amazing. Cool. So if we're looking at step one, I'm gonna have to minimize this. There we go. So if we're looking at step one, so the platform that is best to help you find or to help it find people for you is Meta. So that's Facebook, Instagram, as well as WhatsApp. Okay, I'll show you where WhatsApp comes into play. So what you can do is that when you have a business page on Facebook, all right, when you have a business page on Facebook, you are then able to run targeted ads to anyone in the world, literally. Okay, but for the sake of this context and property, as you know, you want to find clients who are either in the area or the areas that you work in. So what you can do is that you can then tell Meta, okay, Meta, my area, for example, is, let's say you're in Cape Town, Durban, or let's say you're in KZN, Umhlanga. Let's say you're in Joburg, Pretoria North, or Pretoria East. Let's say you're in Johannesburg North, Sandton. What you can do is that they have a map option, and then you can type in your area. Once you type in your area, it will then create a pin, or it will create a radius like that. And then what you can do is that you can say, okay, cool. Everyone who lives in these areas, for example, I want people of a specific age to only see my ad. So the question I get is, okay, so wait, Wadile, how do these people see my ad? So it's the same way when you're on your phone and you see Meta ads, that is exactly what they did. They targeted you, right? Through based on where you're living, as an example. So what you could do is that you can target people, whoever has a Facebook or an Instagram account, you can then target people. And then what Meta will do is going to tell you, okay, if you're looking to target, let's say, homeowners that live in this particular area from the ages of, let's say, for example, 25 plus, there's about 50,000 of them, for example, in this particular area. So let me quickly zoom for those who can't see, right? You see that over there? If you say, I only want to target people in this area, everyone else I want you to exclude, that's what will happen. That at least it's very specific. So you can target those particular suburbs. And that's what Meta will do. Now, what you then can do once you've done that is that now you can then put up an image or your, in a sense, your billboard, right, which is your ad, to then go and attract people. Now, the ads that have worked very well for us, for example, are these here. So this is an ad that we use to attract sellers. This is another ad that we use to attract sellers. And this is one that we will use to get buyers, for example. So let me quickly walk you through. So this is, I'm only sharing stuff that works for us. So this is an ad that works. What we're testing right now is we have the agent's face, which pops up in here, and it's chef's kiss, works really well. This one over here is a mini video. If you click on it, then the values increase. Start in your home in 30 days, enter your address here, then the background is the city of Bloemfontein. That also works really well. And then this over here is just more of a, or I like to call it a collage image, where we add pictures of the property. And then in the ad, we'll speak about the specs of the property. And if anyone is looking to get access to more pictures of the property, we would then ask them for their details. And then also just a little bit more questions to find an idea in terms of how soon are they looking to buy? Are they already pre-approved? All that good stuff before we actually talk to them. Now comes the question of, all right, so what does the messaging look like? So here's an example of this exact Durbanville ad, for example, right? So there's all the information over there, and then there's what it would look like. So thinking of selling in Bellville or Durbanville, read this first. They would read that, and then they click on this Learn More button. Once they click on the Learn More button, right, your leads that see the ad. Now remember, who is seeing this ad? It's people who have been targeted here, homeowners. Now another question I get, just to help those who may not understand this fully, okay, but Wandile, how does AI know exactly who is selling and who's interested in selling and who's not interested in selling? So let me give you guys an easy example. I'm pretty sure this has happened to you. Maybe you had a chat with your friend or your son or your daughter or maybe your colleague, and you guys are speaking about something. Let's say, for example, you were speaking about, let's say you were talking about how crappy the Wi-Fi is. And you're like, you know what, I want to get a new dongle. I want to get a new modem because my wife, Rain is really giving me crap Wi-Fi. And then all of a sudden you start to see more Wi-Fi ads. And you're like, how did that happen? It's because, guys, this platform, Facebook, Meta, it has a brain. And the whole purpose of this brain is to study you. Listen on your conversations, is to look at what you're commenting on, is to see what you're searching, is to see what you're looking at so that it can feed you more of that information. So while you're thinking, your information online, it's studying you. And the reason why it studies you is because it wants to keep you on your phone for a very long time. That's the reason why these things are so addictive, guys. You go to the mall, you go to a restaurant, people are always on their phones. Why? They're looking at TikToks and Facebook and all that stuff. The reason why it's so addictive is because it's feeding you what you want. So of course, if it's feeding you what you want, then you're going to stay there for as long as possible. But why is it doing that? What's the core purpose? So that when there's a business owner like myself who wants to target estate agents, I already know I can then tell Meta, find me estate agents that are struggling to get leads. Boom. And that's how I popped up. And that's the exact same thing you can do to find homeowners, buyers, anyone literally. Because its brain, the Meta brain, knows everything about everyone on the platform. And that is the power behind it. Hope I've explained the way that you guys can understand. Right? So now, once they see your ad, what is the next step? And I'd be like, okay, cool, Wandile. So how does this machine get all the information? How does it get people coming to us? So ultimately what we do is that we get them to click on this button here. Once they click on this button here, let's do a seller example because that's the one that I have right now. This is literally live examples, screenshots that I've taken from the ads. Once they click on this Learn More button, this is the step-by-step process that they take. So the first question we ask them is, what's the main reason you're considering to sell? So now they can select out of these options: relocating, downsizing, or they're upgrading, selling for financial reasons, selling because for investment purposes, or they're just testing the market. They can select, but they have to select one option. So let's say somebody says, okay, look, I'm actually downsizing or upgrading. They'll select that option. Once they select that option, this pops up. Okay, where did we send this personalized valuation? Then they'll enter their name, their email, their phone number, as well as their street address. And then once they're done sending that information, the system will then verify their phone number. It will send them a code. They need to then enter that code and enter it. Once they've entered in that code, then what will happen is that in the process, or I'll break it down in terms of how we've structured it, is that now you have all your leads, for example, pop up on a portal. So there's two ways. So the leads will pop up on a portal where now you can actually see all your leads, like a CRM. For those who don't know a CRM, it's a portal where you're able to then manage all the leads that are coming in. Then you can actually click on every lead and then see, okay, I see we've got Mr. Ernest. He's looking to downsize. And then remember, based off the questions that we've asked, the system will then tell us, okay, cool, this is where he stays, this is his phone number, all that good stuff, right? This is the first part that happens. Then immediately there's a WhatsApp that's being sent. But before we cover that, I just wanted to explain it in a way that everyone can understand. So let's quickly move over to number 2, which is a machine that talks first. But does this make sense so far, guys? Is it making sense? Just to triple check and make sure. Aha. Awesome. Perfect, guys. I'm glad it's making sense. So, cool. So now I've shown you essentially how to use or get a machine that finds people for you, right? So that you not find the people yourself. Remember, guys, this is doing this 24/7. Because remember, guys, there's no open or close time on Facebook or Instagram. You can go on Instagram at 2 in the morning. You can go on Facebook at 4 in the morning. It won't say, oh, sorry, we're closed. So that's the beauty around this. Because now, every single day, 24 hours, it is finding people for you. Whereas with cold calling, you only put aside, what, 1 hour to call 20 people? How effective is that? Of course, now you're going to experience your business going up and down because you're only putting in aside 20 people, an hour to call 20 people. And then what happens when you're busy that day and you can't cold call? You see, now you're not putting enough time for prospecting. But this does it 24 hours a day, guys. And that's what makes it so powerful. So now that you have this machine that finds people, what's next? Now that we have people that are saying, hey, I saw your ad, I'd like to have a conversation, what next? So step number 2 is you're going to need to have a machine that talks first. So what do you mean by talking first, Wandile? All right, so the key element here is the fast replies win. So here's a simple truth, guys, all right? The agent who replies first usually gets the deal, okay? Not the smartest agent, not the agent with the best experience, just the fastest. Did you know that there was a stat that they did, which is basically what they said is that every single lead that inquires to a new business, for example, 89% of those fresh new leads that inquire to a business expect to be contacted within the first 5 minutes. And do you want to guess how long an average business takes to respond to those leads? Not 1 hour, not 2, not 3, but 4. 60+% of businesses respond to new lead inquiries after 4 hours. Do you think that lead still interested after 4 hours? They're not. So going back to this, guys, the agent who replies first usually gets the deal. Not the smartest, not the one with the best experience, just the fastest. I can't tell you how many times I've reached out to agents and they only respond after a couple of hours. I don't know how many times I've inquired on P24 and I sometimes don't even get a response. I'll get a response a month later. And then that very same agent will then complain and say they don't know where they don't understand why they're not getting any leads. Some of you guys have inboxes that have thousands and thousands of unread emails. So I'm not surprised. Some of you guys have got hundreds and hundreds of unread messages. So can you see that it's important to have a machine that will do this for you so that you're not feeling so dear makar the whole day, trying to make sure that you're keeping up with everything. Okay, so this is what normally happens. Most leads leave their details, agent is busy, the reply comes an hour later, boom, you've lost that lead. And I know many of you guys either experienced it or you know someone who because they responded a little bit later, they lost the deal. And that, guys, could have been your deal. That could have been your deal. So here's the beauty around having a machine, guys. The system does this. So the moment somebody is interested in having a conversation with you, they're going to receive a WhatsApp message. The message is super friendly, and it asks one simple question. Okay, so I did an example, and I'll walk you through the actual one that we use. Hi, Ndile. Hi, Norma. Okay, thanks for reaching out. Are you looking to sell soon, or are you just looking to check prices? Boom. Now, the reason why I like to ask questions, which is very simple, I like to ask questions. Let me put it this way. I like to send messages that end off with the question. Why do I do that? So I can get them to respond. Most people would always just respond with the question, with an answer of, "Hi, thank you so much for reaching Norma from Properties, etc., etc. I'll get back to you." Do you think that person is going to respond? No. But if you had to respond and say, "Hi, this is Norma. I'm not available right now at the moment, but I just wanted to quickly find out. Please let me know what. Let's say, for example, you're used to getting inquiries from P24. Then you could say, "Hey, please let me know what property specs are you looking for?" As an example, with a question mark. You will get more responses that way because you've asked the question. That's just how we are as human nature. We're obligated to respond to questions. So that is just an easy example that the system will send to every single lead who has, for example, came from your ad, right? So every lead that saw your ad, let's say, for example, the seller ad, that system will immediately, for example, ask them this question on WhatsApp. So what happens is that it will connect to your WhatsApp, okay? Because remember, they saw your business page. So now they're interested in talking to you, not your principal, not the agency, you, because they saw your business page. So of course, if you're naturally going to go through this process, they're expecting to talk to you. But now I understand you guys are busy. You may be with the client. So how does the system respond? It will then respond and send this first message. Now that lead thinks that, oh, this is actually you. And guess what they do? They respond. But now what happens? You've now alleviated the response time. So even if, let's say, you only respond 30 minutes later, or you only respond an hour later, that first response was very key, because now they're expecting your response. And that at least allows you the leeway to get back to the lead when you have time, instead of the lead inquiring and then nobody responds. That, guys, my friends, is the key here. So once that opens the conversation, boom, now you can do what you do best as an agent and respond, because the system has done everything that it can to open up that conversation for you, right? So here's a simple example, like greeting someone as soon as they walk into your office, not calling them back the next day. I know it sounds silly, right? But that's exactly what's happening in the business world. You have people that walk into the office and then you only respond to them the next day. Of course, they're not going to be interested anymore. So how does it work? Cool. So let's go back as a quick recap. All right, cool. So we did the targeting, we ran the ad, and someone is interested, they provide the information. Now they're also on the system. Now, as soon as somebody clicks on this continue button, boom, here's the WhatsApp message that they send, or that we send in the system that we built out, okay? So what we've done is we have a system where, for example, we tell the system, all right, every time somebody submits their information from the Facebook lead form, so what I just showed you where they answer those questions is called a lead form. Every time somebody submits their information on the lead form, we want you to send them this WhatsApp message. Is that WhatsApp message? This is the WhatsApp message. Contact name. So remember, the contact name is basically the name that they provided in here. So the system will then go and pull this information and also their street address and put it in this message here. Hi, James. This is Michelle from Century 21. I just received your request for 1234 666 Avenue Handmade Home Market Analysis. Just a quick question. Can you tell me a little bit more about your property? How many beds, baths, living areas, etc.? So what are we doing? We're now opening the conversation, because now what James is going to do, he's going to respond. Now that James has responded, guess what? You get a message on your WhatsApp to see, hey, okay, but someone just responded. Now you can respond and take the conversation from there. But remember, guys, this system got you the leads. It then found out where they're at right now in the sales process. It's now in a system where you can track that lead. And then on top of that, it's sending an instant WhatsApp message. Also, this happens 24/7, guys. 24/7. Imagine if you got 3 to 10 leads like this every single day who are responding to this message here. You just imagine that for a second, guys. You got 3 to 10 people that are responding to this message every single day. How many mandates would you secure? Because you didn't cold call, you didn't run around like a headless chicken, you didn't buy. You can go and see and figure out, okay, who's interested. Let me go and see who's selling their house. You're no longer wasting your time doing all that effort, guys, because this is what's doing it for you. All you're just doing is you're chilling and you're responding to WhatsApp messages. And you're only leaving your house once you secure an appointment. That, guys, that is the power. Really, that is why I said technology is what's true. Okay. And then let me quickly move over here. Just for sake of time, I'm just going to cover step 3, and then I'll just wrap up, and then I'll see if there's any questions. So here's one element, which is step 3. So now that you have a machine that finds people for you, right? Like a worker who never sleeps. And then that machine talks to those people who are interested first, so that at least you get fast responses. Remember, you're still going to need a machine that's going to remember. Why? Because people forget. So why do I say this? Okay. So this is something that I realized. Okay. Not everyone is ready to buy or sell today. Okay. From what I've noticed, from those, let's say, for example, you get 10 leads in a day. From those 10, you'll definitely 2 to 3 people that are ready right now. And then you'll get another 2 to 3 who are looking to sell within the month or next month or in 2 to 3 months. And then the rest are people who are maybe just curious, people who are just looking for valuation, for example. All right. So not everyone is ready to buy or sell today. So yes, you're going to get the mandates from those 10, but then what about those other 2 to 3 people? Are you just going to scratch them? Are you just going to scratch them? Okay, they're not ready right now. I mean, that's where you're going to lose. That's still business. They're just not ready right now. So just because they said, okay, look, we're looking to sell a bit later, we're looking to sell next month, or let me just think about it, doesn't necessarily mean they're not ready. It's just that right now isn't the right time. So it's normal. But the problem that I see in this industry is that agents forget. Your notes get lost or your follow-up stop because you got busy and things got hectic. So the nice thing about the system, right, the machine, is that it's going to keep all your contacts in one place. It's up to you. It can remind people gently, or it can send messages over weeks or months. You set it up. You can say, okay, cool. Everyone who says that they're looking to sell within the next 2 months, I want you to follow up with them with this particular WhatsApp message after 2 months. And then it will send that WhatsApp message for you. That's the beauty around that. Because now you can then go on with your business and do what you need to do. The machine will then send those follow-up messages. And then guess what? You're going to get responses again. And you're like, oh, yes, I remember I spoke to this guy 2 months ago. Perfect. All right, he says I need to give him a call. You give him a call and you do what you do best. That is the beauty around today's day and age, guys. No longer having to do it yourself, go pages back into a diary, trying to figure out who said what at what time and keeping track of everything. That does this anymore, guys. So when they're ready, they will remember you. And that is the beauty around having a machine that can do those follow-ups. Now, the nice thing is that once you then set up that, you can just build it out once and then you're good to go. You don't need to ever do it again. Because everyone who says they're looking to sell within 2 to 3 months, you just tell the machine, okay, these people are looking to sell within 2 to 3 months. Send them this WhatsApp message once after 2 to 3 months to follow up. And then it does that for you. How awesome is that, guys? I mean, you see how powerful technology is. But I understand many people just aren't aware of this information. And that's why they'll reject it because they don't understand it yet. And I understand because no one really explains it in a way that everyone can understand, if that makes sense, right? So here's another simple example. You want to think of planting seeds. You're not going to get the fruit on the same day. You want to water the soil over and over and over again. And that's the thing about following up, guys. Following up is like watering. Imagine if you spoke to, let's say, for example, 30 people that said they're looking to sell within 3 months. Okay, and you didn't follow up with those people in 3 months. That's 30 potential deals. But if you followed up, that could be 30 deals at the end of the year that you're making. But you didn't even lift a finger because the system followed up for you. That, my friends, is what's powerful. Okay? Awesome. So guys, what your job becomes, is very simple. I just want you guys to only talk to people who really want help so that you can book appointments and close deals. 2026, guys, is no longer about chasing people, calling all day, feeling stressed about the quiet months. Guys, you need to scrap that to the side. That used to be normal for people working in the early 2000s, in the 90s. Technology, guys, is here to help us so that you can just focus on having conversations already, booking appointments, and closing deals. That is it. Okay. So in 2026, and I'm seeing this happen in real time, which is very interesting. There's going to be 2 types of agents. There's going to be the first agent who relies only on hard work, effort, hustle, grind, burns out, calls every single day, but the income goes up and down and he's stressed. And then there's going to be another agent who uses the system, lets the machine do the work, and then the income becomes steady. And they're not even burnt out. They're enjoying their time now. That, my friends, is what's very powerful. Same market, different results. The agent number 1 is going to tell you, oh, no, the market is bad. Oh, the economy is bad. Oh, Cyril's economy. Oh, interest rates is terrible. Yeah, because you are putting too much time and effort trying to find people that are complaining about the economy. People are complaining about Cyril's economy. People are complaining about the interest rates. Whereas agent number 2 uses a machine that finds people that are ready. People are not saying, oh, no, not now. We'll wait till interest rates go down. Oh, no, we're not looking to sell right now. The economy isn't great. No. The system will find you people that are ready to move forward right now. Why is it that even when the economy is not doing well, there's still agents that are killing it? Like, what is this person doing? What is their secret? It could be working with me. I'm kidding. I don't know. But the purpose is that in any given market, there's always someone who's ready to sell or buy. The element or the key question is, who can find that person the quickest is the person that wins. It's really that easy. Now, do you want to find that person through hard work and effort, or do you want the system to find it for you? I'll leave that for you over there, guys. So cool. Just a quick one, guys, to show you in terms of how this works. So guys, this is what I want from you guys, right? This is your simple job. I want to actually show you some quick results here. So this is just an ad that we did for this particular lady. If you read my emails, guys, you'll see there's a lot of different testimonials. So this particular lady, guys, brand new in real estate. Didn't really know much. Okay. Once we connected her WhatsApp, as you can see there, we ran the ad same day. She's like, I have 2 appointments made already. And then she's like, look, let's just work on the follow-up messages. I'm like, perfect. All right, guys, this is what she got in the first day. 23 leads, and she only spent 177 Rand. She ended up getting 4 appointments that day. You see, we spoke at 9 in the morning. Ended up getting 4 appointments that very same day. She launched the system. Because remember, as I said, guys, the system is finding people who are ready. The system is finding people who are already in the market who are trying to have a conversation. All you just need to do is figure out, okay, cool, how far are they along the sales cycle? Okay, cool, let's have an appointment. Done. Another agent. Now, Shane, you know, Mr. Edgar, very special guy, all right? So his parents are agents, very traditional. And when he told them that he's working with me, they're like, no, don't do that stuff. It doesn't work. We tried to do it in the past. You just want to stick to cold calling. And I had to sit him down because he's like, yeah, my mom said I shouldn't do this. I should just focus on cold calling. This Facebook stuff doesn't work. And then look, this is what happened when he gave it a shot. He got 81 leads in a space of about 5 days in a very high-end area, very expensive area in Cape Town. He got an 18 million Rand property lead. And she said, I can come do the valuation in person. Okay. Can you see? The system is finding people for you. This guy hasn't even been in the industry for 1 year and managed to get that type of property. So whether you knew, whether you experienced, whether you're not experienced, remember what I said, guys. It's not about the agent who's experienced, not about the person who's the best, it's the person who's the fastest. If you can find people that are looking to sell or buy, and then you have a system that reaches out to them as soon as possible, that is how you win. That is the power, guys. Very simple. That's the ad that we ran for him. Another one. 3 weeks, ran the ads, 2 campaigns, got a lot of business, got 5 mandates, space of 3 weeks, and now he's busy with the buyer that he got for 16 million. 16 million. All right? That is the power behind this, guys. As I said, it's like a cheat code. You're now finding people that are ready. People are ready to have a conversation. And that is the key element. Okay. I was like, yeah, I hope this shows our system works. So he got about over 104, 105 leads. And then he did about 50 valuations for people who wanted to sell a bit later. But can you see he's now having intentional people moving forward instead of him wasting his time dealing with people that are not intentional? Okay. Then, same guy, Mr. Lim. He told me that he got a 12 million Rand opportunity for a listing after we had launched. So we launched earlier on, was it this week or last week? And then the next day, he's like, hey, got a 12 million Rand opportunity for listing. And he sent me a voice note saying that he's like, yeah, I'm so busy. Let's switch off the ad. We only ran the ad for about a day. That's the power of this, guys. And then lastly, I think I posted this on my Instagram yesterday or day before on my Facebook. Okay, so this is a client of mine. She's like, I need your view on how we can tackle this to attract the right buyers, because she's looking to attract buyers now because she's getting property. She was getting mandates. She's like, these houses are all different prices from less than 1 million all the way to 11 million. All right. The ads are definitely giving us great results. Super impressed with our number of mandates. Your system works. Those who don't believe in it can leave us to keep collecting mandates. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. I don't want you guys to be in the dark where you're wondering to yourself, how is this person killing it? And it's because they're using a system, guys. And unfortunately nowadays, guys, you can't compete with the machine. Go and sprint next to a car and we'll see who dies first. You can't compete with that. It's impossible. And that's exactly what I want you guys to see here, is that when you have a system Okay, when you have a system that will be able to do all that for you, that is when you start to win. Right. So before I open up some Q&A, I hope this makes sense, guys. I hope this has been valuable. I am offering some free consults. So if you want to sit down, have a chat with me or my team, depending on our calendar availability, a lot of you guys do have questions. A lot of you guys have specific requests, and it's very difficult for me to always answer specifically on a particular, Q&A like this, because I need to find out more information. Pop WhatsApp 068-626-8154, and I'm happy to have a conversation. And then if it needs maybe just a longer call, happy to do that. Whatever it is, I'm happy to help and assist wherever you guys are at. But as I said, guys, please, I don't want you guys to focus on effort, focusing on cold calling. It's not to say that you should stop doing it, but there's another way, where if you use a system, you let the machine work for you, and your income becomes steady. That is what helps you stand out, guys, 100%. Anyways, what I will also do is I'll send the replay to the session on tomorrow. Check my emails tomorrow. You should be able to get it. But I hope this has been valuable, guys. I hope you guys have learned a lot. Hey, okay. I see a lot of people who are enjoying. Let me just see if I can stop presenting here. Perfect. Great. Do you guys have any questions? Oh, there we go. I've got a client of mine who's here, Maggie. How are you doing, Maggie? I actually had a conversation with her yesterday. Glad to have you here. Let me see. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Victoria, glad to see you here again. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Norma, I know your hand was up. Do you have a question? Feel free to pop it into the chat. For those who don't know how to respond to the chat, let me just quickly say, oh, okay, there we go. Senzo, are we becoming machines? Hey, my brother, you know what? At this point, I don't know. Hopefully not. But that's the beauty around real estate, guys, is that you don't have to worry about AI taking over. If anything, you need to worry about the agents who use AI, because they will take over. So because real estate is more of a face-to-face, I don't think it will get to that point. But the people who are using AI will move a lot faster and quicker, because they're going to get those leads before you. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. Hence why I'm doing these sessions. So, let me see here. Yes. Goodbye to being a broke agent. I love that, Lulama. Yeah, goodbye to being a broke agent. Guys, that's a thing of the past, man. That's a thing of the past. I would say that being a broke agent is a choice now. Yeah, once you've been exposed to the stuff, guys, it's really a choice. You can either stick to complaining and blaming everything else, or you can be like, you know what, actually, let me see how this works, or let me try and build it out myself. So hope that helps. Any questions? How much time do we have? Okay, we've got 10 minutes. So I think what would be really interesting, let me see if I can open up some campaigns. Give me a second. I've never done this before, so give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can open up a campaign for you guys. Let's see. Okay, it's quickly loading. Yeah, just so you guys can see what this looks like in real time. So for those who don't know, yeah, so we focus basically on building your machine, maintaining your machine, and making sure the machine provides the results that's needed. That's what we do in a nutshell, for those who are curious to know, because a lot of my clients would rather prefer someone to build it out for them instead of them now taking more time trying to figure this out. So yeah, a lot of my clients just want more flexibility so that they can focus mainly on seeing the clients and closing the deals. And then we just make sure that we ensure the system is working the way that it should. So I think I remember I mentioned that there's ad that we're using, which is working really well to get more sellers. So for example, this is a campaign that we're running right now at the moment. As you guys can see, this is my client. So you see here, seller campaign, January. So for this client of mine, I think, when did we run the ads? I think we started, was it on the 5th of Jan? Was it later? Let's see. Okay, no, it wasn't the 5th. I just want to see how long this ad has been running for. Okay, let's see. So I see it started on the 7th. Okay, so we started on January the 6th. We started on January the 6th. So first day we launched 3 leads, and then I think let's go from January the 6th up until now. As you guys can see, 6 Jan to 29 Jan is about how many? 113 leads. Okay, so far. Guys, imagine if you got 113 leads in a month. You didn't cold call, you didn't pick up the phone, you didn't go door knocking, you didn't search for enemy stock. These are people coming to you. 113 WhatsApp messages. A lot of you guys are be able to handle that. Okay, so this particular client of mine is focusing on Centurion. So what we like to do, we like to try out different ads. So I think I mentioned, or I showed you guys the one that we ran. So I like to run ads that work. So this is one that we're testing out. So if you remember, if I come back here, and let me come this side, let me show you. Remember here, guys, where I was showing this. Remember this ad here. This will be here. Yeah. So if I see an ad working for a client in, let's say, Cape Town, then I'll use inspiration there and then I'll run that for a client, because then it's a formula that's working. I like to work on things that work, not stuff that doesn't work. So just to show you that, okay, awesome. So here is the ad, just to give you an idea. Here it is. So this is what it would look like. That's what it would look like, for example. This. That's what it would look like on Facebook. And then if I scroll down, this is what it would look like on Instagram. Right? Just as an example, to go back to that ad that I showed you. Okay, but the one that's performing really well, you see, this one's got 110 leads. Let's see which ad is it. This baby here. So you see, 105 leads from this one ad. One ad, guys. Look at that. Boom. It's the one that's working right now. This baby over here is just killing it. Killing it right now. Yeah. So that's the one that generated most leads. So every month I'm looking at what's working, what's not working, and then we adjust, and then we optimize, then we fix a few things from there in a nutshell. And then, yeah, then it just goes straight to her WhatsApp. Hope that makes sense, right? So you guys can see it's live. The ad is active right now at the moment. Yeah, that's what's working right now at the moment. And for those who don't know, you can literally build that on Canva, guys. Since we've got a little bit of time, I'll show you guys. You can build it out on Canva. That's what we do for a lot of our clients. I think I did an actual step-by-step in one of my old ones. I'm just going to quickly share it now. Okay, so this is for a particular client. Let's see, you see? Boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And then we're doing one for a client of ours in Langebaan as well. So I think I've got the picture. Oh, there we go. All right. Easy, easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. I think, yeah, my last session that I did, I actually walked you guys through how to do it step by step. I won't do it for this one, but it's on the last session. For those who want to check it out, for those who don't know where it is, it's my YouTube channel. So to find my YouTube channel, I'll show you now. Very simple. If you just go, just read my emails. I don't know, but that's my YouTube channel, guys. YouTube.com ping listing. So if you just go on YouTube, ping listing, I've got everything that you need there. Everything that you need here, guys, is here. And then if you go on and then you click on what's working right now, sessions, then yeah. So last week's session was here, and then the other ones are there. And then this session will be here tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Anyways, guys, let me see. Is there any questions? Seems like there's no questions. I hope this helps, guys. For those who want to have a chat with me, 068-626-8154. Pop me a message on WhatsApp, or just go check my emails, all my WhatsApp numbers there, and we can take it from there, guys. I'll see you guys same time next week, 11 o'clock. Invite your colleagues. If you have a stubborn principal, if you have a principal who's so hell-bent, bring him on. Bring him on. I would love to get him to see things differently, or bring anyone on who, for example, you want to challenge them. It's this, guys, there's so much business out there. I can tell you that now, but you just have to get people to see differently. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next week. 11 o'clock, same time, same place. I hope this has helped. Senzo, pop me a WhatsApp message. I'm just going to put it just for those who are keen. 068-626-8154. I've put that in the chat. Let's chat on WhatsApp, and then, yeah, we'll take it from there. Wishing you guys nothing but a beautiful and a blessed day. Okay. From my heart, I wish you guys have a great day. I hope there's some deals that go through. I hope some clients reach out, and wishing you guys nothing but a prosperous 2026. On my side, guys, I need to dash. Have yourself a beautiful day, guys. Let's chat on WhatsApp. Take care.